Hey guys, welcome back. Drip and Farm for Poverty. I'm your host, Drip Coach, and let's jump right into it. So in today's video, we're going to be going back to the recent VC that was recorded and streamed from Driptopian, where Forex gave us an update on Triple D. So this is still the same week, so I'm recording this on Friday afternoon. So as of my video, there's no Triple D announcement, but this isn't about Triple D, so to speak. It's actually referenced some of the stuff he mentioned that was causing delays. And my job on here is to educate you guys and help you verify and understand how things work. So Forex in this video was talking about the delays and why they had to take the site down and go to the backup animalfarm.netlify.app site. And he had to make some changes to DNS and TXT records, and maybe that flew right over a lot of you guys' heads. I'm assuming many people in here don't do any web development, web hosting. So luckily, I have to do this exact same thing for the Filipino Financial Freedom website. And the TXT record that we have to update is for Facebook. So in order to validate your domain on Facebook, because obviously Facebook doesn't want you just sending ads or sending traffic or stealing traffic from a domain you don't have control over, so they make you verify in the exact same way that he's going to walk through it here. So I'm not going to be doing it on Netlify, but I will show you what it looks like on Netlify, and then we're going to do it on the Facebook side, since that's exactly what I have to do anyway. So first, let's listen to what he had to say.
Well, when I say more recently, I mean the one that we built in-house with our team. So we built it to be able to be easily upgraded. So we were able to upgrade everything. The reason why I had to take the site down and go to a backup site for a 36-hour period was because to make these upgrades to the site, previously, BB was, so the way it was working was that we had the site hosted on our host, and BB had the site hosted on his host.
So let's break that down, because you may not even be familiar with hosts. So let's go to Google and get the actual definition, and then I'll try to explain it a little simpler. So a domain name service host is a service that is authoritative for hosting your DNS records. A domain registrar is where you purchase domain names. There are DNS hosting providers that offer domain registration and vice versa, but the two services should not be confused. So the registrar is like GoDaddy, or in my case, Google, where I purchase these domains, right? And the host is the one that actually points the traffic and says, hey, this domain that was purchased has this website on it, point it here. So you buy the name, in my case, Filipino FinFree. But right now, if we go there, there's nothing on that. So let me show you what I'm talking about. It's still not gonna be anything on that when I do this, but I just bought this domain. So it's just a name by itself. And when you actually see the error that comes up, let's see, is it gonna come up with an error? Yeah, this site can't provide a secure connection, set an invalid response, and protocol error. So sometimes they'll say DNS error, literally exactly what it was saying here, that the host has to have the authoritative records for. So this is what Forex is talking about, that him or BB, he had one host and BB had one. And somebody has to own the domain, and those are records that you have to update so that the domain host can actually say, yes, you do have control over this, and you can point this somewhere else. Hope that made sense. If it didn't, hit me up in the chats, in the comments.
And Netlify limits the amount of Netlify accounts that can be associated with one domain. So when we wanted to add the Animal Farm domain to our host, we were getting an error saying that it was already being used by a Netlify account. So I had to do a bunch of research on it. I realized that it wasn't a big issue. I had to prove that I was the owner of the domain. So what I had to do was do what's called a TXT record, working with our DNS provider to write a TNS record that essentially proves that I'm the owner of the domain, so that Netlify can read our DNS record for this TXT and see that I wrote the TXT to our domain.
All right, so that may not make a lot of sense, but I'm going to explain it to you and literally show it to you in real time. So TXT records, there's basically different types of records that you can write that are on the back end, so that when you ping a website or you go out to visit a website, it will read through all this information and give you back the data that you want. So it can look up to see who's the domain owner and where the domain is registered, how many years are on it, you know, what the website that's supposed to be pushed to it is supposed to show up, all this stuff. So if you come over to, this is a Netlify account. I haven't used Netlify, so I literally just opened this up just to see what it is. But I'm gonna show you this step here, but I'm not gonna be doing it here because I don't have the actual account and any data on Netlify to push and get the validation. But I want you to see it here, and then I can go to a place where I do have to do it, and hopefully it'll make sense. So he mentioned the word record, and that's exactly what this is. And he said a TXT record. So you have different records, and you can see down here a TXT record, and this will be the actual value that you would have to put in, and then the domain would, the DNS would read this and say, because you put this in, that proves you have access, because not anybody can just come here and type this in. And that's what he said. Not a lot of DNS providers will allow you to make these changes. My experience is that I've always been able to make the changes myself. So with like Shopify, with Google, with Open Provider, I've always had access, but it's not always the easiest way to do it, or you may not have the know-how to come in the back end and make the changes, and you can definitely break something if you point it to the wrong space. So it's not uncommon to reach out to customer support and get them to do it. But I've always done it myself because I do have web design experience from way back in the day. So let's go over and look at this TXT record. So what we're going to do instead is I'm going to come over to Meta or Facebook. So Filipino Financial Freedom doesn't have any domains yet. So right now we're going to add the domain, and we are going to, it's going to ask us to basically verify with a TXT record, as I just showed you. So what I'm going to do is copy this domain here. So the Facebook does this. So again, not anybody can just come in and say, yeah, this is my domain. I want to see the traffic coming from it, right? So right now it says not verified. So what I want to do is come in here to verify the domain. And what we're going to do instead is update. We're going to pick this option. So you have a couple options, just in case you're wondering. I know it's probably not what you guys are looking for, but since it's with Filipino Financial Freedom and Forex mentioned it, I guess it's my job to educate you. So I could literally copy this HTML code right here, and you can just put this in a web page, right? So if I had a home page, which we do not have one yet, I could copy paste that, and then Facebook would verify the domain because it would see that in there. I don't have a web page right now. Then I could also put this in the root directory. I don't have access to a root directory. There's no data there yet. I could probably do that as well, just as quick, but we want to use the method that Forex mentioned, which is this. So update the DNS TXT record with your domain registrar. So I have to go to my domain registrar, which in my case happens to be Google. So I'm going to click not get new domain. I don't need another one. I'm going to click this one. Then we come over here to DNS, and you'll see that there are records. I can manage custom records. And before we do that, I want to show you that it's not verified. And it can take up to 72 hours, but I've always had this be pretty quick. So we're gonna go here, verify domain, no DNS entries found, because I haven't done that yet, right? So here's how you do this. So we're gonna create a TXT record, and I literally just have to copy paste this. And then come over here, change this to TXT, paste this in, hit save. So then now you see this custom record that I put in. Did I do that right? FilipinoFinFree.com TXT. Ah, there it is. Okay, yeah, this one. Host name, that's the website. Then this is the verification. So think of this kind of like your wallet address. So it's a long set of letters and numbers that Facebook assigns to you that's unique to you, so they can say, okay, yeah, that's there. So we come back over to Facebook and we hit verify domain, and boom, there we are. So I am now verified. So this is exactly what Forex said, the steps he had to do with Netlify, but definitely a lot quicker and easier with Facebook and the services that I'm using. So that is literally it. So there's nothing else I'll be doing on this, but just to give you guys a little bit of insight, what we will be doing now is we have this landing page on the Filipino Financial Freedom group. And what it does right now is it's going to subscribepage.com. So it's using a free landing page. and we will now be able to use our own landing page for this. So that's essentially what I had to do with Facebook. So now that Facebook knows I own that domain, I can track all traffic on that domain with our Facebook ads. So then we can retarget them, and these tracking cookies, basically, same thing Google does, I can send retargeting ads even outside of Facebook. So we're kind of creating this entire funnel, like we said. So this is just the next step in it. And just want to show you guys this piece so that you have some insight. All right, hope that provides value. And if it did, smash that HBO special, help brother out, like, subscribe, comment down below. And until next time, live daily and achieve your impossible. See ya.
Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? SPRITZ Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.